Well, welcome to Noel's World of Whiskey, and I said I was going to do this, and you know exactly what I'm going to do. I am going to take the two Deanston 18s, and we're going to have a shootout. And we got a little jump on things here, because what I've done is I poured these earlier, given them, well, we know this has been open for about for at least about a year and a half, 2 years, 2 years. This is a new model. But I did let it sit a little longer, this glass, and I don't know which glass it is because I've mixed them all up since, but it was sitting for at least half an hour prior to me pouring the second one, and then I just kept mixing them up without looking at them until I do not know on these identical glasses which one is which, but there is a number underneath that I'm going to read, and I will show you that number ahead of time on the video. I haven't made the video yet, so it'll be interesting because we're gonna have some fun. This is a little game for me too, because I don't know. So in all fairness, I've done reviews on these, and I've given them some time, and especially this new guy, because it is a new whiskey. It needs time. So we've let it sit. They're both 46.3. They're both Deanston 18s, non-chill filtered, no color added. And my understanding is ex-bourbon barrel. First fill is my understanding on the new one. The old one, I'm going to say that I'm pretty sure it was first fill. There were some rumors they'd snuck a little bit of sherry right at the end to smarten it up a little bit on the later brown label, but I have no verification on that from the distillery, so I'm going to say ex-bourbon barrel. So we're going to start right now with the one on the right, and let's give it the nose. Rich honey and lots of, honey, toffee, and sweetness to it. Bit of ginger in the background there. Not intense, not an intense nose. And malt, a bit of malt. We're getting a little bit of malt. Yeah, granola malt. Some grassiness. Okay, that's it for the nose. And now the palate. Slàinte Mhath. Sweet. So far no bite. Some peppery stuff going on. And back to the ginger. And I think peppery, maybe more nutmeggy. So more nutmeg, or more nutmeg. Got a little bit of, slight bit of chocolate going on here now. And that's more of the milk chocolate. Yeah, maybe mocha. Maybe that's better because we got a little bit of coffee stuff mixed with the chocolate there. I'm going to go right into the development and the finish on it. Slàinte Mhath. So now I'm getting it's a little bit of tobacco, and I'm going to say the malt's there. Tobacco, malt. Ginger hasn't left, but it's not as much nutmeg. It's back to pepper. There is a lot of honeyed, citrus honeyed. Oh boy, almost like a custard. The finish, medium. Not long, not short, somewhere in between. Yeah, so there you are, glass on the right. Okay, I'm not going to do water because obviously we're going to get into this guy here, but I am going to clear my palate. The nose. Well, a little more intense nose. And I'm getting in the background there a little bit more floral stuff going on here. The floral cologne. You know, still, you know, getting the cinnamon and the ginger. Cinnamon is showing up here. But that's a different kind of nose. So we definitely have a different nose happening in this than we did have on the one that was on the right. And it is a little bit, it's a deeper nose, a little bit more intense nose. There are sweet notes. And by the way, that malty, oaty granola thing, maybe even porridge with some syrup on it. Yeah, okay, so let's get into the palate. Slàinte Mhath. We're getting that dessert effect, but spicy. Very, very slight bit of tannins, so slight. But sweet enough to balance everything out there. The cinnamon and the ginger and the pepper are all working together there. And maybe a little more tobacco on this here. So I am getting a slight bit of the wood. I am getting a slight bit of the tobacco. I am getting a very slight bit of astringency, but it's balanced out with the sweetness, the honey, and I would say toffee. There is some orange peel going on, and it's more of a bitter orange peel, but it's orange peel. But it's all balanced out. You've got the sweet, you got the bitter, and the citrus, the sour. This is interesting. I'm finding more layers here than I am over here. That's what I'm finding right now. So we are going to get into development and the finish. This is going to have a longer finish than the first one on the right here. And I'm getting some grassy notes. And I am getting some wood. And the wood is, you know, just enough of a bite, you know, you've got some wood there. But again, there's enough sweetness, everything's balanced out. Seems to stretch a little farther than this does, and seems to have a longer finish. So I'm going to leave it at that. So now, we got to go back to this guy. And we are going to add some water to this. We are going to get into the palate with water. Slàinte Mhath. Citrus notes, orange, chocolate. Got to make a little comment on this. I really think that a newbie would prefer this to this. I really think so. This goes down very easy. There's a little bit of nuttiness, so maybe we can throw some almonds in there. Some, yeah, almonds in the oatmeal cookie. But there is enough of that citrus with the ginger and the cinnamon that it makes it interesting. It's got still a shorter finish than this guy here. This is a really drinkable dram, I'm not kidding you. I see a lot of Scotch drinkers going to really enjoy this, but I'm going to say that newbies would like this probably more than this. I really believe they would. Let's get to the palate with water. Slàinte Mhath. This here just seems to amplify this with water. I put the same amount of water. It just amplifies it a bit. I am getting the you know, the sweet malted notes, like the honey, malt, citrus. I'm getting a little bit of grassiness to it. Definitely the ginger's there. I'm going to say a longer finish. We're going to get a longer finish on this. That's all there is to it. It's rich. I just feel this is a little more rich than that when it comes to the spices, the depth of the malt influence. Because remember, these are ex-bourbon. The chocolate is probably a little more intense here and a little darker. I'm not getting the milk chocolate with the ice cream that I was getting over here. You know, the spices are here. Definitely the spices are here. I got a little more wood here. Definitely the finish is longer here. Yeah. I don't think I have to keep on going here. I think you're sort of getting the message. I just feel, for me, this is me, my opinion, that this is more of my drink in the summer and maybe in the hotter weather, the hotter season. Maybe this is going to be a great drink. I feel this is something that just gets me warmed up a bit in the colder weather. I mean, today, you know, it was a beautiful day, but yesterday I went through a terrible storm coming back from Vancouver, and it was black at night, just so black and stormy and cold, and this is what you want at the end of the day. But in the summer, even today, nice day like today, this might be more the drink. In terms of a score, boy, where do I go with this? I think both of these have got decent potential. They're both in the 85, 86. I think in some of the reviews I saw, they were really splitting these things up. No, they're both in the 85, 86. They're good Deanstons. This guy here might squeeze a point above this guy today. I really think he might. That's how I am. That's how I'm testing it today. So my score would be a point more. I'm going to say 86 to 85, or maybe 87 to 86, somewhere in that range. So it's time for the truth. Let's identify these whiskeys. The one on the right, that's number 6. Man, I wasn't expecting this. I really wasn't. I've never put down the dark label. I've always liked it, but it took time. Now remember, this has been in the bottle for a while, and maybe those people that were critical of this should maybe retest this, because this is becoming a hell of a good whiskey. So we've gotten to the end of the video, and I've just noticed something, and I definitely have to, I'll call it a spoiler here. I've got to show you something. Now, I did not compare the two glasses. I didn't compare the two bottles. I got into this and we just started, nosing and tasting, doing the palate, and never really occurred to me the color might be a little different in these two whiskeys. So we are going to take a peek now. At the end of this video here, we're going to take a peek at the color. So now I'm going to bring the two bottles up. Get the focus in there. If we turn them a bit, you know exactly which ones they are. So as I showed you, it was pretty obvious when I did a close-up that the brown label is definitely darker than the white label. Why is this a darker color than that? This is supposed to be bourbon influence. This is supposed to be bourbon influence. There was some rumor about Oloroso, and it wasn't from the distillery, so there's no real proof in it. Maybe somebody's got an explanation of why this whiskey here, 18 years old, natural color, non-chill filtered, is darker than the new label in color. So if you've got an answer, please send me a note. I'm curious. That's it. that is our review. So on that note, I'm going to ask you to drink wisely, drink intelligently, and do not drink and drive. Until the next time, Slàinte Mhath.